Hi, this is Megan Silva. This is the Vegetable Nutrients Project. This project required us to grow vegetables at the Manteca Farm Center so that we could see how different treatments such as compost and fertilizer affected plant growth. We were given 60 feet of soil that we were to divide into 3 sections of 20 feet. I planted onions, cabbage, radishes, and tomatoes. The soil type at the Manteca Farm Center is a sandy loam, so it's not too difficult to dig through, but it does require frequent irrigation due to the low water holding capacity. The purpose of this project was to see how nutrients in the soil affected plant growth. Before I even went out to the farm, my plot was prepared with a better shaper to create raised mounds of soil for me to plant my crops in. Once I got there, I had to put little flags into the ground to show which area would be for fertilizer, compost, or nothing at all. Then I used these little boxes to shake the fertilizer pellets onto the ground. This was complete fertilizer with 15-15-15 macronutrients, which refers to nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Then I went over to the compost section, took a shovel and dumped compost onto the ground and just kind of smooshed it around. Then I had to put the irrigation line over my plot and make sure it was straight. This is drip irrigation, and this thing did not stay straight. I lost several plants over this. A few weeks later, I went back to the farm to begin planting. I mostly used trowels to dig holes to plant my crops in. Except for the radishes, I did use a seeder to plant those. The onions were spaced 6 inches apart. The cabbages were spaced 12 inches apart. The radishes were just kind of dropped in there like, good luck! And the tomatoes were spaced 5 feet apart. I planted 6 tomato plants, 30 onions, 15 cabbages, and God knows how many radishes. They're still showing up. Why are there so many? Once planting was finished, I would return to the farm every couple of weeks to perform some maintenance and check on my plants. Maintenance-wise, there wasn't a whole lot to do. Mostly what I remember doing a lot of was weeding. It was strangely therapeutic, sitting in the sun, individually tearing out pieces of grass. It's a great way to spend an afternoon. After that, once the radish leaves started to show up, I was supposed to thin the radishes, meaning remove the smaller leaves so that the radishes would have adequate room to grow. I believe I was a bit too forgiving in this process because I have more radishes than I know what to do with, but they're all quite small. Lastly, I had to replace my 6 onions and 3 cabbages. That will not be forgotten. On May 3rd, my cabbages were about the size of softballs. Their estimated harvest date is on May 16th, and the harvest method I am planning on using is the knife method. I am looking forward to trying this. My radishes first showed up on April 12th, and the harvest method I used with those was plucking them out of the ground, and they're having a continuous harvest, meaning I cannot escape them. There is one behind my computer. My green onions matured on May 3rd. I haven't been able to pick them up yet, but I will also be pulling them out of the ground. I'm looking forward to that. They smell amazing. My tomatoes have not yet flowered, so they probably will not be ready until May 25th. One unexpected problem I've had is that my cabbage has been getting eaten primarily by insects. However, one time I went out to the farm and some birds flew away very suspiciously. It is on that day that my 6 onions and 3 cabbages were lost forever. I got the most radishes from my no treatment area. I got 15 there on April 12th and many more since then. In the other 2 areas combined, I had gotten 10. So I can say that the no treatment area in regards to radishes performed 3 times better than treated areas, which I found to be quite interesting because I thought compost and fertilizer was supposed to help. I believe other factors may have played a role in this, such as the irrigation line not staying where it needed to. When we first went out to the farm, it was very cloudy and it was very cold, as we were in, I believe it was late February and early March were our first couple visits out to the farm. The rain helped the weeds grow, and for a while the weeds were doing better than my plants. However, once the sun came out and I was out there to weed a little bit more, my plants started growing very well. So according to the photographic evidence and the number of products yielded from the different areas, I can confirm that my no treatment area outperformed my other 2 areas by quite a bit. In conclusion, these radishes are great in salad. This has been Megan Silva with the Vegetable Nutrients Project. Thank you for listening.